right, Shalom. This is your brother Shamar from the Phoenix camp. That being said, I want to give honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, a great millstone, and peace and salutation to the brothers that are doing this work in true sincerity. We jump right to the lesson. This is Psalm 37:22. It says, "For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth." Let's get that word earth, the footnote. The land. And they that be cursed of him shall be cut off. So there's going to be an inheritance to the blessed of the Lord. And more specifically, that's talking about the elect, man. Because there's going to be an elect or what? There are the 12,000 men out of each of the 12 tribes, totaling 144,000, which is spoken of in the book of Revelation. So there's going to be a hierarchy in the future world to come. There's not going to be equality for all people. The Lord is going to set up the elect as the judge and the kings of the earth. Under him, of course. But there's not going to be an equality in the kingdom. There's not going to be an equality of nations or peoples. There's going to be a hierarchy. There's going to be a rank system in the kingdom, man. You know, so don't get a misconception. And the kingdom is going to be here on earth, man. Because the misconception is that when you die, you float around in the clouds for eternity, playing a harp, with bird-like wings upon your back, wearing a white robe. That's the fantasy. That's the cunningly devised fable that you've been taught your whole life. But the truth of the matter is that the elect are going to inherit the glory and the kingdom and the rulership of the Yahweh Shai, Salak, over the other nations, man. What's going to happen is that the Most High is going to come destroy America. Salak, yeah. He's going to gather his elect. He's going to destroy the wicked. He's going to set up his kingdom. Just a brief description. The Edomites, which are the so-called white man, and the heathen nations are going to be in slavery. After 1,000 years, when our kingdom is getting built up, the Edomite people, the Edomite nation, shall be destroyed forever, and there will no longer be no more. There will be no Edomites in the kingdom. There's not going to be no more leprous-like skin in the kingdom. There's not going to be no leprosy. People with there's not going to be no clean lepers in the kingdom, man. You're not going to see that no more. The book of Job describes, only paraphrasing, you're going to wonder where he's at, and you're going to say, where is he? Because he's not going to be no more, man. But I just want that back again, Psalm 37:22. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth. They that be cursed of him shall be cut off. Who are the curse? The curse is the number one curse is the people of the Most High's curse is the Edomites. The scripture describes them as the people of his curse. But let's get our Revelation 21:7, because there's a lot of scriptures that describe a rulership, a hierarchy, a rank system, and the top of that rank system is going to be the elect and the nation of Israel as a whole. Let's get Revelation 21:7. It's a real quick lesson here at the plantation once again. Revelation 21:7 says, "He that overcometh," because scripture said that he that endureth to the end, the same should be saved. Overcome what? The trials and tribulations, the Jacob's trouble, all the things that are going to come to pass, man. The trial of faith. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. Because the inheritance is only given to a son. You don't give a inheritance to first and foremost, that's the way the law works. Your inheritance goes to your son. You don't give it to a random set of people, man. You give it to your son. It says, he that overcometh shall inherit all things, because we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. I will be his power, and he shall be my son. It says, but the fearful and the unbelieving, the abominable, the murderers, and the whoremongers, and those sons are talking about the elect. The sorcerers, idolaters, all liars have their part in the lake of fire, lake which burns with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And those that are going to suffer the second death are going to be mostly the 2/3, man. And of course the heathens and the Edomites. But the difference is that the 2/3 ultimately they're going to be in a good state because they're going to come back as the children of the elect. So let's get Matthew 25. Look, you're kind of under the weather. Matthew 25 and I think around the 35th verse. Matthew 25. Let's see here. I'll start at verse 31. So Matthew 25:31 it says, and when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Before him shall be gathered all nations. He shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. He shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats are on his left. And the sheep are the Israelites mostly. There's many verses that prove that the sheep pertain to the Israelites. Or the lamb, the sheep pertain to the Israelites. There's many scriptures that pertain to that, man. But first and foremost, it's going to be to the elect, 144,000. It says that he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, come ye, blessed be of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you for the foundation of the world. Because ultimately the kingdom as a whole was set up for the nation or the people of Israel. Since the foundation of the world. So the replacement theology doesn't work, man. Israel being the church doesn't work. It says, then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, come ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Because the scriptures don't change, man. All throughout from the beginning to the end, it speaks of one particular group of people being the Most High's blessed, peculiar, and chosen people, man, which are the nation of Israel, which are consist of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you scattered confusion of face. And that's just what it is, man. The scriptures describe there's going to be a group of people that's going to inherit the earth, man. So it's going to be a hierarchy, a rulership of one nation over the other. It's not going to be no fucking equality with all nations, man. And heathens are going to be in the kingdom, but they're going to be servants. And they're going to pay us tribute. And they're not going to be allowed in the so-called inner circle, man, in the gates as spoken about in the book of Revelation. And it said, let's get 1 Samuel 2 and 8. Just a few quick scriptures that I came across. 1 Samuel 2 and 8. And it says, he raises up the poor out of the dust. And, I brought out this scripture before. It's one of my favorites. He raised up the poor out of the dust. And the dust is a result of confusion. The poor is us, man. We are the poor. He lifted up the beggar from the dunghill. And we are the beggar. We are Lazarus. To set them up among princesses and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, he has set the world upon them. To make them inherit the throne of glory. So the poor and the beggar, which are the Israelites, are going to inherit the throne of glory or rulership over these other nations. Because we are the Most High, special and chosen people. And to prove that, let's get Revelation 2 and 26. The Revelation 2 and 26, and it says, he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. See that? There's the ranking system. There's a hierarchy. He shall rule them with a rod of iron. So where's the equality at? As the vessels of potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. Joint heirs. Going back to Psalm, the 2nd chapter. Go ahead and get that, man. Ask of me and I shall give you the heathen for an inheritance, right? Let's go ahead and get it. Psalm 2 and 8, it says, ask of me and I shall give you the heathen for thine inheritance. First and foremost to Yahushai and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. For thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. So it's going to be a very harsh rulership over these nations because they're going to have to abide by the laws and the commandments of the Most High. So with that being said, man, it's a real quick lesson. Most High will and hope is edifying. That we give our honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Kahala Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Brothers, keep on pushing. Shalom.